Woohoo, look at this guy. Distracted by his phone yet again. Hey bro, get off your phone.
I know. It's just, Mum was right. It's this goddamn phone.
Actually, I think your dad was more correct. It's not your phone, Josh.
Come on. We've been through this so many times, man. Really? Again? Look, I'm a victim. I'm a mere peasant in comparison to these people designing the...
What if I told you there was a way where you can use your phone the way you want to and not have your focus stolen? And best of all, you've already done it.
I have? Well, that changes everything. Let's get started, shall we?
So I thought now was a pretty good time to revisit the video I made a couple years ago about our phones not being a distraction. Because my phone was one of the major sources of distractions last year. So today we're going to revisit that and I'm going to do a better job than last time. And to get started, let's wind back the clock to my childhood. I was born in 1997, which means that I'm old enough to know what it was like to be a kid without all of today's technologies. I did often complain to my dad about being bored. And he would tell me you had to find ways to entertain yourself. And so that's exactly what I did. At the same time though, I'm young enough to have grown up alongside these technologies as they have developed and matured. So my childhood was relatively distraction free, but my teenage years were pretty distraction filled. Because 2007, when I was 10 years old, that was the turning point. The original iPhone revolutionized how we use our phones forever, and the iterations that followed, they became a portal that gave us access to a virtual world where everything is immediately available. They became so intertwined with our habits and our mind that we're not even really completely human anymore. We're like some type of primitive cyborg. Our phones are so potent at encouraging avoidant behavior that every generation alive today is struggling with this. Particularly those of you who are in my generation and younger, you literally grew up with these devices in your hand. A constant dopamine drip leaving us numb to any uncomfortable feeling we may have. Boredom, shame, sadness, irritation. We don't need to feel any of them. There's always a distraction to escape into. As a result, our generation has become sedated. Our pains and desires numbed, like a local anesthesia. Here's the thing though, you didn't ask for this. You didn't ask to be born into a time where we are drunk on money and completely clueless about what we're doing. It's not your fault, but it's the world that we live in. 2007 was the year the genie was let out of the bottle, and he's not going back in. And so like your dad always told you, or always should have told you, okay son, this is a situation. What are you going to do about it? Fortunately, you already have the answer. You already worked out how to integrate your phone into your life so it adds to your life rather than subtracting from it. We often look at people who are where we want to be, observe what they do so that we can replicate it for ourselves. But we very rarely ever look at ourselves when we are doing well. We never stop and ask ourselves these questions. Yesterday was a good day. Focus was high, distractions were low. Why is that? What did I do to make yesterday a good day? If you took the time to dissect what is going on in the good days, you can extract that out and then multiply it over every day so that most days become good days. And if you tell me, Josh, I don't have good days, then I would ask you, how are you measuring the success of the day? And it can't just be how you feel, because you are a terrible judge of yourself. And I'm speaking to myself here as much as I am speaking to you. Lower the bar. Meet yourself where you are. You have good days. Look at the days when your screen time is lower than average. Look at the days where you did the thing that you wanted to do. What happened before, during, and after those days? Those are your answers. The wonderful thing is that those answers are tailored to you because they are you. A more focused version of yourself, but still you. And when you look at those days, perhaps you'll see that you use your phone in rather helpful and constructive ways. Your phone is just a tool to solve whatever problem you have. But your phone doesn't care if it's a good problem or a bad problem. The phone that I use to build muscle and lose fat is the same phone that I use to numb the pains of my existence. It's two sides to the same coin. I want you to really understand it's not your phone. It's you. It's not my phone. It's me. You may have heard the old adage, you can have your cake and eat it too. Well, I think the same thing applies to your phone. You can have your phone and use it too. Let's talk about how. So I went through and I dissected what I do on the good days where distractions are low when the focus is high. And this is a system that I have come up with. And it is serving me really, really well over the first 2 weeks of this year. 1, I need projects to work on. Otherwise, I have too much time on my hands and I'm not really too sure what to do about it. In a world full of distractions, it has never been easier than ever before to do nothing. And as we talked about many times on the channel, our phones, the internet, the ways these apps are designed, is it tricks your brain into believing that you are doing something, but you are doing nothing. 2, I need clarity. I need to know what I need to do and when I need to do it. I need to set that intention and to make that commitment that it will get done by the end of the day. 1 to 2 most important tasks per day, that's all it takes. 3, I have project focused habits that I build my day around. I write first thing in the morning, I go to the gym in the afternoons, and I learn about ideas in the evenings. These are the main building blocks of my day, even on work days where I go to my 9 to 5. 4, I have to create space and hours to be with my mind. Boredom and discomfort will arise, but it will allow me to get perspective. And through perspective, I can get clarity. Clarity leads to intention, and intention leads to focus. And when I am focused, distractions are just less distracting. 5, I have to pay real close attention to my energy management. I need to keep up with the big 6 movers throughout my week. And the moments where I feel like I don't want to do it are the exact moments when I need to do it. I need to constantly remind myself that I'm always going to feel better after I do it. 2 more things to really focus on to be more disciplined with your phone is 1, learn impulse control. So you can go back and watch my video that I made about the 1 habit that you need for focus. It's all about the meditation principle called noting. And it really has served me well in the past, and obviously it served me well right now. The other thing that you can look up is a technique called urge surfing. I think it is quite similar to noting, but a little bit different. I don't personally use app blockers or timers for this reason because I really want to practice impulse control and being mindful about how I'm using my technology. But at the same time though, that doesn't mean that you should eliminate it as an option. It might be very beneficial for you. One of my friends saw massive changes in their life after they installed the Opal app, so it could honestly be a thing worth considering. The second thing to really focus on is to improve your emotional health so that you can see that your phone is just a tool that you use to solve your problems. And that means that the way you use your phone, the relationship you have with your phone, is downstream of nearly everything else in your life. Near the top of the stream is your emotional health. The stories that you tell yourself, the beliefs you have about yourself that you believe to be true. These things shape your identity, and your mind wants to keep your actions and your behaviors in alignment with your identity. This can either be serving you or destroying you. But going to the gym becomes way easier once you see yourself as a person who goes to the gym. I'm still working this part out for myself, but I will be sharing ideas that I have throughout this journey. Because we are now some type of primitive cyborg, building out your own focus system to make most days good days and to avoid your common pitfalls is going to take a lot of trial and error. Dissect what works and what doesn't. And remember, you will fall flat on your face probably daily. It's okay, it's expected, it's not a big deal. You are not a peasant. Get up and try again. You are going to see so much more progress if you aim at imperfect consistency over a long time period than if you aimed at absolute consistency that you cannot maintain, and then you fall off and be disheartened. By the way, my friends, this video is the condensed version of the full letter. The full letter contains a lot more depth and detail around everything we have talked about, why we're in the situation that we are, what my own common pitfalls are, and also the steps and framework that I have used and intend to continue using to get everything sorted. So if that's something that you're interested in reading about, the link to my Substack is going to be in the description below. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Bye.